Welcome to the Awakened Aphrodite podcast with me, your host, Pamela Horner, master hypnotherapist, master practitioner of neurolinguistic programming, mental and emotional release, and all things feminine dominance. Listening to this podcast means that you are ready for deep, passionate, soul connected, magic laced love and business and success. And you are ready to have all of this and so much more at the same time. If you are here, it's because you've done the work, you've shown up, and now you're ready to take things to the next level, cash it all in, and finally receive and call in everything you've ever dreamt of. Every time you listen to this podcast, you will open more up to love, abundance, turn on, and magic. And you'll feel absolutely compelled to say yes to everything that's meant for your highest alignment and good. If you are ready to work with me and dive deeper, please follow me on Instagram at The Awakened Aphrodite or go to theawakenedaphrodite.com to stay in the know of all the palace happenings. Thank you so much for listening. And please like, comment, and share, and give the show 5 stars. And I know that you will fall in love with today's episode. So today we are going to be diving into what is an undone manifestation. Okay, an undone manifestation. So a manifestation or a spell that bounces back or ricochets or becomes sort of undone. Why does this happen? How do you prevent it from ever happening again? And sort of going into what it even is, because this is a thing that I never really hear people talk about in the world of manifestation and in the world of magic. And what I will say is that I am going to be sort of interchanging the words manifestation and magic here, in ways that I might not normally do. So just please keep that in mind. And also, our Black Friday special is going to expire in 24 hours. So that is 50% off of the Wealth Hypnosis Audio Effortless Wealth. This is for you if you're an entrepreneur or if you work with clients, because there's suggestions in there about attracting the perfect clients and clients paying you and all of these things, then that is for you. The link will be in my bio, or you can click the link in my Instagram bio as well. You have less than 24 hours to claim this, and tons of people are loving it. I'm getting rave reviews. Rewiring your mind is how you get and have the life that you desire, after all. And that's why you're here. So, an undone manifestation. Have you ever had the experience of manifesting a thing only to have it go horribly wrong? Have you ever had the experience of manifesting a thing, casting a spell, where you really have it and then it gets taken away from you in the worst of ways? So this is a real thing. Also, send this to your witch and wizard and magical friends, because, I know for me, even hearing other people, magical people, talk about this made me feel really at home, because I was like, oh, fuck, I had like a suspicion around this, but I was like, am I just crazy, right? Like, am I just not doing this thing right? Am I just not an experienced enough witch, right? Like baby witch problems at the time. And so I think even just hearing this is going to be so helpful for you. So you understand that, no, you're not crazy. Yes, undone manifestations and undone spells are a real thing. I was actually just talking about this slightly on today's Queen's Coven Mistress Mind call, where I was talking about, attracting in a relationship years and years ago, and then it all went horribly fucking wrong. I mean, like, picture perfect relationship. I will always remember this. I mean, how could I not? Where we literally were like telling each other we had dreamt each other into existence. And it wasn't that sort of like intense thing that you get, like, you know, when it's like not real, it's like at the beginning and your hormones are racing. I mean, like, we had in-depth conversations about these things in our relationship. Like, it's just very understood and very normal. Only to have it all go sort of horribly wrong. And I know why that happened. And so I want to teach you what I wish I knew and what I wish I had learned, so that this never happens to you. Okay. And so that you have a deeper understanding of why that could have happened to you in the past, because this is the fucking worst. It is like the worst. You know, at that time when that happened to me, it felt like it destroyed me, you know? So let's talk about this. Why does an undone manifestation happen where you do a thing, you do the manifestation, you cast your spell, you get the thing, and then you lose everything or it all goes horribly wrong? Why does this happen? Number one. So why this happens is very simple, because you have accelerated in your manifestation skills. So like your witch skills, right? Your point and create skills, which is an epic celebration. And yet you have not accelerated in your holding skills. You're holding, you're keeping, specifically your receiving skills. And by the way, this is why I created the Queen's Coven Mistress Mind. This is literally the whole reason. Because if you take a smaller program, like let's say you get the hypnosis, right? Let's say you do something like that and you listen to the hypnosis and you learn how to like cast spells, you learn how to create, and you learn how to call in. Well, having that support system there so that you keep the things is what's going to be the game changer, right? And if this is work that you are doing on your own, maybe, which I don't recommend, I actually very much recommend being mentored, being guided by me, is you can weave this into your belief system, right? But here's what's going to happen. It's going to probably take a lot longer, right? It's going to take a lot longer. You're not going to notice the change as quickly as if you have the support, if you're working with me or if you're being supported and guided by me. And that's simply because of the practice that I have in helping people expand their ability to hold and receive, right? And navigate that place. So practically speaking, how do you do this though, right? So that you can actually start to do this now in your life. So let's say you're dating. Okay, let's say you're dating and you normally do a thing where you freak the fuck out about your relationships at some point, right? Maybe it's at the beginning, maybe it's at the middle, who knows, right? You do this thing where things start to get really serious and you freak out. Okay, well, can you use your current relationship or your current situation or even relationships with friends as moments of alchemy, right? Like, let's say you're at a friend's house and they're making you dinner and they are like, do you want anything else, in a moment where you'd normally say no? What would it be like if you were like, if you leaned into the yes, right? Is there a fear there? Is there a fear that if you ask for something else, you'd be putting the person out? Can you use these moments of alchemy? And can you also start to construct your mindset around the belief? So journaling every single day around, it's safe for me to hold more and more and more love. It's safe for me to hold and keep more and more and more money and wealth. These are all of the things that I get to do with love. These are all the things that I get to do with wealth. It is easy, it is natural for me to hold more love. It is easy and natural for me to receive and receive more and more and more and more. And it feels so good for me. It feels so good for everyone else too. It's not only better for me, it's better for everyone else, right? Can you start to really weave this into your mindset? And here is the real key to all of it. When this happens with an undone manifestation, right? Or like a reversed spell, what that really tells me is that not only have you, well done, congratulations, learn how to like cast your spells, right? Amazing. Like, oh my gosh, you know how to make your wand shoot out unicorns and like, all of the things and create. Amazing. It tells me though that your self concept is not the thing that you have been working on. Your idea of who you are is not the thing that you've been working on. You've been working more on casting spells and like getting the thing. Oh, I want to have a 10K month. So like you have a 10K month, maybe you have another 10K month, but then it all goes like horribly fucking wrong. That's because you never worked on your beliefs about yourself and who you just are to the degree that would have mitigated that bounce back manifestation, that undone manifestation. Because when you work on you and your self concept above and beyond whatever spells you can cast, it's easier. I mean, yeah, you cast spells and you do this and you create manifestations, and it's coming from this really solid, powerful, well-fueled sort of place. You just are powerful. You just are love. So this is, again, where we look at this idea of, you want to be in the now of your manifestations. You want to live in the end. This is where these concepts are coming from. What we're saying is, we're not saying to pretend that you have things that you don't have. We're actually telling you to exercise the muscles, the neural pathways, the beliefs, the movements, right? Like, when would you get out of bed? How would you get out of bed? How would you move? How would you dress? Exercising this capacity to actually hold the things, which is not what most people do. Most people don't do anything. They're somehow, congratulations, able to like work on their creative ability, their spell casting ability. And then they never actually changed their self-concept, how they see themselves, how they do themselves. I mean that literally and figuratively, if you know me, how you do yourself, baby, you know what I'm talking about. How you do being you. Like, how do you do being you? How do you experience the beingness of you? How do you experience yourself? Do you look in the mirror and, beat yourself up because you're not making enough money, or like you don't look hot enough that day or cute enough, or your body? Well, yeah, that's where undone manifestations come from. And again, it's not about lying to yourself. This is about working new muscles and finding real evidence that these things are actually true now. So undone manifestations are a real thing. It's a terrible thing, right? It's a thing I wouldn't wish on anyone. In some ways, it's like, well, what's better or what's worse? And in this, people can tend to just like throw in the towel on magic and manifestation altogether, which is really sad, because they're like, well, what's the point if like everything I make gets taken away from me? And, I would have rather never had the thing at all. I feel like this is a thing I see so common with my magical people, with my witches. It's like, yeah, they just give up on magic altogether, and how fucking heartbreaking. But here's the thing that no one taught you how to do, how to actually hold the things and have that be way more important than how you cast the spells. And cultivating who you are and what you can hold first, and then stepping into the spell casting, the manifestation, and the creation. Okay. And this is a thing that you get to do. You get to just via your mindset and your embodiment. So, how would you move through the world? How would you speak to yourself? What kinds of things would you be saying to yourself? What kinds of things would you be journaling about? What would you be eating? How would you speak to your friends, your family, so on and so forth? can we get you cultivating that in the now and making that the most important thing? And then secondarily to that, tapping into, okay, how do I get really good at casting spells? How do I get really good at creating, and going from there? Okay, my loves. So thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Normally I keep track of time. I have no idea if this is going to be like a shorter episode or the same time, a medium, a longer. I don't know. I feel like today I really dropped into the zone, which I'm very happy about. And please, please, please get the 50% off gift for the wealth, the effortless wealth hypnosis audio, because I have done all of the heavy lifting for you. What I find is so many people are like, okay, but then what beliefs do I have? And if they aren't trained and practiced in how to be a mistress of the mind, like my queens are, and like you will be, or you are, if you are one of my queens in the palace, or if you're saying yes to joining the Queens Come Mistress Mind, if you're not in that place where you really feel like you're a mistress, a master of your own mindset, well, I've done the heavy lifting for you. And you don't even have to think about what you should be believing to call in clients. I've done it for you. And I know exactly what works the best. So get that hypnosis audio, get it for 50% off. The link is either below or in my Instagram bio. And if you're ready to say yes to 6 figures a year as a coach, as an entrepreneur, as a female coach or entrepreneur, and be in the deep support that the palace offers you, that my coaching is going to give you, getting one-on-one time with me every single week, getting rewired at the deepest layers. Oh my goodness. We have queens that have gone from never even taking a coaching certification and filling their client list, like never coaching, never having clients, to filling their client list. We have queens that have gone from being coaches but not knowing how to get clients to almost completely selling out their client list. We just had a queen have her first $12,000 month. We had a queen meet, her deepest love in the best relationship she's ever had in like 2 weeks from joining. I mean, it is really going off in the palace. And the reason for that is because it is laced with such deep magic. So if this is magic that you are ready for, that you're ready to say yes to, we begin January 10th, and we have some bonus calls scheduled in December. If you say yes and you join right away, you actually get 2 bonus one-on-one calls with me to use during the container, and 1 bonus one-on-one call with me before we even start, which is fucking amazing. And you've got to let me know right away, because space is super, super limited. Obviously, my time is super limited. And this is like a really amazing offer. So send me a DM on Instagram saying save my throne, and we will get you all set up. Okay, my people will get you all set up. And I love you so deeply. Thank you for listening. And say goodbye to Undone Manifestations forever. You get to keep love. You get to keep wealth. It is all yours for the holding, for the enjoying, for the receiving. And until next time, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.